album, and right now you are out touring in support of your newest album called Blues Been Good to Me, which will be out the
October
20th.
20th.
October 20th.
October 20th.
So tell me about how autobiographical that title is. How good has blues been to James Armstrong?
It's so true because there was times, I didn't want to get into the blues world. I kind of wanted to do the rock thing.
Yeah.
And I actually started playing with a country band for a long time, and way when I was a teen.
Yeah.
But over the years, when I really accepted it and tried to feel it and understand it, it's amazing because the blues has just given me a life that I never thought I'd have. Being able to meet great people like you, being able to travel the world.
Yeah.
So the blues has been really good to me.
Yeah. It's so funny because so many of the songs I see on CDs are all about how bad
Oh,
blues
yeah,
feels.
yeah.
And I'm going, boy, he's got a pocket full of money. He's getting on an airplane. The lyrics of the song.
Because I wrote that with a friend of mine, Andrew Thomas, and it was like, he was standing around, he was saying some people were talking to him one time, and it's like, man, your life is not bad. You get to do exactly what you say. Fly here, do that, do that.
Yeah.
Blues been good to me.
Cool. How different is this CD from other James Armstrong CDs? What would you say?
Incredibly different.
Yeah.
What happened was with this one, I've written songs, and I'm kind of anal.
Okay.
Going in the studio, I go home, I get to Pro Tools, I make really good demos, I think, and you got to do this, you do that, you do that. January and February, I was in Europe for a month, came back, had to do some stuff here. 2 weeks later, we flew to Spain for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And every day we had to work. So I've been so busy before this was coming out to be recorded. And I didn't have time to analyze and get it all perfect. So when I went in the studio with my friends and my guys, it was like, I was stressed because I had sent demos, but I didn't know exactly where everything was going to go.
Right.
And they all came up to me and said, look, it's going to work. Just relax. Let's put it together. And this is the first time I've ever done it like this. A lot of people can go in and just create. I ain't one of those guys. I like to come to the table with something. But this is just, for me, I can hear it's so much fun. It's loose. It's not tight. It's like just, and you can feel it. We were just like, let's just go.
Yeah, it's got a real cool vibe, a different vibe than your earlier stuff. It's not so heavy on a guitar. There's a lot more instrumentation. There's horns, there's keyboards, E3. Really nice. You work with Johnny Rawls, the great Johnny Rawls. You're on his label. Bob Trencher's label.
Because Johnny Rawls, I called him. We're really good friends because we're on the label now. He's, in my opinion, the #1 soul singer in the world. So I asked him to produce it, and he said no problem.
And the other guy who worked with you is Jim Gaines, who is, worked with Stevie Ray Vaughan, Luther Allison, and everybody in between. What does Jim Gaines do to your guitar and your sound? What
he did so much, because I'd worked with him a little bit on the last one, Guitar Angels. I did that, but I didn't. What we did, I went to his studio in Tennessee, and did guitar and vocals. And what Jim did, because of my my handicap, my injury, he just had me do things a way that I didn't ever think I could do again, because it's been a long time that I could play like I thought. And it was amazing. It's just different tones, different ideas, different feels. It was amazing.
Very nice. And speaking of your injury, have you come fully back from that? It's almost been 20 years.
It was 20 years, April 28th, and I kind of mentally and spiritually, I did something. I just said, just help me, because, I got attacked 20 years ago, and I lost use of my left hand. You can tell this finger, these move fast, but I'm paralyzed. I have nerve damage, only 60% strength. So I basically only can play with 2 fingers. So what has happened was, after this year, I'm playing, for me, better than I ever have. And it's just really trying to let some of it go. Maybe it was just that 20-year period. I'll never be able to play fast like everybody else. And my fingers don't work anymore. So it's just been amazing, because something has lifted, and I literally I used to it hurt for 20 years. All times you saw me,
Yeah.
the look on my face wasn't passion.
Yeah, it was pain.
It was pain. It's like, oh, my arm, my hand.
Yeah.
So now that's kind of gone.
That's
you
great.
know? Yeah.
That's great. I like to ask the question, do you work at guitar a lot, or do you work on your singing?
You know, that's an interesting
And especially
question.
with your injury from the home invasion.
You know, since this 20 years, what I've been doing since around the first of the year, literally is more guitar.
Okay.
You know, I don't worry about the voice too much.
Yeah.
But something, just happened where I'm literally, this finger works a little bit. I can barely use this one at all.
Oh, man.
But it's like I'm able to do things that I really thought I'd never do again.
Yeah.
Little licks that I look down, I go, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
kind
of fun.
And that comes with the practice.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love some of your originals on this new CD too. The second song, and I should look at the title of it. Second time around, it's like you got that Johnny Rivers secret agent man kind of riff that starts down. I love that. I love that. And of course, I love Old Man in the Morning, Young Man at Night, because I feel just like that.
I woke up one morning, man, and I was like getting out of bed. I'm looking at my wife, and I'm going, "Oh God, man,
don't we all, man? Don't we all?"
And then I got to the gig, that night we were somewhere out of town, and I just felt great.
That's
and
right.
I felt, wow, Old Man in the Morning, but Young Man at Night.
The music has that analgesic quality to it. Oh, I know. Yeah. I know. And you're right. I wake up and my wife, Bonnie, my back is hurting, and now it's my shoulder. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And you chose a couple of really cool covers. Addicted to Love.
Oh, yeah.
And How Sweet It Is.
How Sweet It Is.
Yeah. So tell me, how do you take an iconic song like that and cover it in a different way? What's your thought on that?
I did only cover songs I ever did. I did some cover songs on my last CD, like one.
Yeah.
And I do them live, but I never record it.
Right.
For me, I just gotta change it totally.
Right.
I just gotta, make it me.
Right.
And it's fun because having a little bit of that, I think, rock background, a little bit of country background, and I am in my blues world trying to make that all fit. Yeah. So like Addicted to Love was really fun because, Robert Palmer, when I was growing up, that was the biggest song in the world. Right. With the videos. So I just kind of came out and said, well, I gotta blues this up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, it's great because it catches you by surprise.
Yeah, that was what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
We were listening to it a couple of weeks or so ago. Yeah. She said, oh, wait a minute, I think I know this song. And it's not until you get to the chorus. The rest of it doesn't match what we remember.
Right, exactly.
Very cool.
That's good.
Oh, yeah,
that's
it's
good.
very cool. And finally, the other song is Sleeping with a Stranger. You recut that one on.
Really? Yeah. I had, I did that. That was, I guess, my basically first hit with
your entree into the
high
blues
tone.
world.
Yeah, right. That was my debut coming out.
Yeah.
And for the last 20 years, I've gotten, requests to do it at live shows. And never did it. Yeah. I just couldn't because I can't play like I used to. So that was the thing. I kind of recorded, and then when I got, with Gaines, I said, man, I want to do this, because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it, and I'm really happy with it.
Well, that's such a great song, and it's got such a great hook. The idea of two different people and then get into bed and you don't know each other.
You don't know each other.
Just a great bit of imagery in that song. Cool. And I hope that this album does as well for you as the one in 2000 when it was a Handy nominee.
Oh yeah.
You got Song of the Year nominee.
I got Pennies and Picks.
That's right. And you were nominated as guitar player. So let's hope that the nominators out there can get hip to James's new CD. Blues been good to me. Let's hope the blues is good to you again, all right?
I hope so.
James, thanks so much, man.
Pleasure as usual.
Appreciate it, absolutely. All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen, James Armstrong, enjoy the show.